Good morning, students. SP का second chapter चला था हम लोग का, that is incorporation of company or formation of company, and we are done with the stage one, that is promotion or the steps in promotion of company. Now we will be doing the second point of this chapter, that is incorporation of company. We have earlier seen in this chapter that what is the role of promoter, like what are his duties and what he is going to do. Now we will move on to the main procedure of incorporation of company. So depending upon the objects of the company or the scale of operation, or you can say the amount of capital needed, promoter decides that whether the company it will be public company or private company. The steps which are undertaken in formation of company, the first one, obtaining digital signature certificate, which is known as DSC. Very shortcut is DSC, digital signature certificate. Second option is we are going to study these points in detail. Right now I am just reading out the procedure. Second procedure is register the DSC in name of director with MCA. Obtain director identification number, apply for reservation of name, finalize memorandum of association, articles of association, then signing, stamping and dating of memorandum and articles of association, prepare necessary documents, decide address for communication, obtain statutory declaration, then filing application and documents for incorporation of company with ROC, and obtaining certificate of incorporation. So logically speaking, almost there are 11 steps which are included in this section. The first one which I told you, that obtaining digital certificate, digital signature certificate. A digital signature certificate is needed for a person authorized to sign the documents for e-filing. So whenever there is a need for an e-filing, that person who has the authority to sign the document, he needs to obtain digital certificate, digital signature certificate. So the promoter and the proposed first director, and who requires the certificate? That promoters and the first director need to obtain DSC by applying to the certified authorities. So DSC is a signature of a person in digital form, and it is usually used to sign e-documents. Okay, so that is a DSC. Then after obtaining DSC, you need to register your DSC in the name of director with MCA. After obtaining the DSC in the name of the promoter or in the name of the first director, the DSC has to be registered with the MCA. MCA maintains the details of every director, including their DIN number, that is director identification number, their personal details, and every single fact which is needed. They record each and everything. That is what do you mean by MCA? It's Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and this ministry administers the Companies Act 2013. So you need to register yourself with MCA indirectly. You have to register yourself. Then third step in incorporation of company is obtaining director identification number. As we said earlier, that MCA registers all the data like DIN number and all those stuff. The first director of the company who do not have the DIN number, that is the director identification number, they have to apply for a DIN in electronic form. Form number SPICE 32, that is SPICE 32 at the time of incorporation, and a person to be appointed as a director, that person must have DIN number, that is DIN, that is director identification number. They should have this number. Again, they should apply for reservation of the name. The promoter have to get the proposed name of company approved by the Central Registration Center, that is CRC, by filing a form RUN, that is the reserve unique name, along with the prescribed fees through MCA portal, that is www.mca.gov.in. So they must have decided some name for their company, so they need to register that name for a future purpose. So that for that thing, they need to file a form with CRC, that is Central Registration Center, and that form is available on MCA portal. That form is known as a RUN, that is Register Unique Name. Then after that thing, the promoters, they may suggest more than one names in order of their preferences, and after verifying all the database, the CRC will give its approval to the proposed name and reserve the name for a period of 20 days from date of application. So they need to finalize that name within a 20 days. Okay. Then finalization of memorandum and articles of association. It is a fifth step involved. Two important documents, that is memorandum of association and articles of association, they need to be submitted along with the application for incorporation of companies, because that memorandum it acts as a constitution of a company, and that article it acts as a rules and regulations of a company. So the document they contain legal and technical information related to the objectives of company, regulation of a company, regulation of operations, that company, how that company is going to operate under Companies Act, Companies Law. And hence the promoter, they take help of professionals like company secretary, legal experts to finalize the draft of memorandum and articles of association. So after finalizing that memorandum draft, they need to sign and stamp that procedure of signing and stamping, they need to do this. The memorandum and articles of association must be signed by the subscriber to the memorandum, and they shall add his name, his description, address, his occupation, and etc. all those details in presence of at least one witness who shall attest the signature and likewise sign and add their name. That means that witness name, address and description and occupation, etc. After signing the memorandum and articles of association, they need to be stamped as per the Indian Stamp Act 1899. And the stamp duty depends on the authorized share capital of a company, because as soon as that if there is a variation, that it varies from amount of share capital. If you have a smaller amount of share capital, the duties will be different. If you have a larger amount of share capital, duties will be different. There should be dated on as on memorandum and articles of association. There must be stamping date and or other date, which is other date after the stamping. The stamp duty, it is required to be paid at a time of incorporation only. Okay. The seventh step which is involved, that is preparation of other necessary documents which are needed for incorporation of company. The first one is consent of directors, which is required. A list of persons who have agreed to be the first director along with their written consent should be prepared, and their personal details, DIN, proof of identity, interest in other firms or companies, etc. that should be included in the list, and the written consent should be in prescribed form as per the Companies Act 2013. Then details of a manager and secretary. If articles of association names a person who will be a manager, secretary, etc., particulars of such person should be prepared for a filing purpose. Then declaration by subscriber to the memorandum and first director. The declaration should be taken from each subscriber to memorandum of association, and every person who named as a first director in articles of association, that he is not convicted of any offences in connection with promotion, formation or management of a company, and he has not been found guilty in any fraud or dishonesty or breach of any duty to any company during the preceding 5 years. So basically what they need is that there should not be such a person, involvement of such a person who is disqualified by the law. So they take utmost care of this thing, and they also have to give undertaking that all documents filed with ROC, those documents, they are correct, they are complete, and they are genuine, that is, they are true. Then address for communication, address for communication and notice of registered office. At the time of incorporation, if proposed company have not decided its location of registered office, the promoters, they have to give an address for communication as per the Companies Act 2013. A company is required to have a registered office within 30 days of incorporation. They need to have that office, they need to communicate with ROC about that address, about that office. Then obtaining the statutory declaration from an advocate and practicing company secretary, a cost accountant or a chartered accountant who is engaged in a formation of company. They need to have this statutory declaration. And a person named in articles of association as a director, manager, secretary, stating that all requirements related to incorporation has been complied with. The 10th step is filing of an application and document for incorporation of company. That after all documents are prepared, the promoters have to submit an application to registrar of company in a prescribed form along with all necessary documents and the prescribed fees for incorporation. In question itself, they have provided you the simplified pro forma for incorporating company electronically, that is SPICE, as I told you. The Rule 38 of companies rules has introduced with effect from 2nd October 2016 a simplified integrated process for incorporation of company, and under this only one form, that is form number INC 32, need to be submitted at a time of incorporation of company, that is SPICE, has to be filed for applying for reservation of name of company, incorporation of a new company, DIN for directors, PAN and TAN for a new company. Means they have made it very simple process that only one form you need to fill up. And along with the SPICE form, the e-memorandum of association, e-articles of association and prescribed fees and documents which are necessary for incorporation are to be submitted electronically. Means you don't have to submit those documents physically with ROC. You can do this process electronically by sitting at your home or by doing it work from any facility which are available to you. And then obtaining the certificate of incorporation, which is the last step in this formation of company. After verifying all documents and all information submitted, and if that information is proper, the ROC, that is the register of company, will enter the name of company in the register of companies and certifies under his hand that the company is incorporated. The registered issue a certificate of incorporation in prescribed form. And what are the contents of certificate of incorporation? That it involves the name of the company, it involves date of issue of certificate of incorporation, it involves CIN number, that is corporate identity number. We are going to study that CIN number in detail as we move further to this chapter. Then there is the details of PAN and TAN number. PAN, we know that that PAN card which we have, it is a PAN, that company also needs to take the PAN number, business PAN card they required. And TAN, that is tax deduction and collection account number, that is TAN. And signature of registrar with the date and with the seal. What is the importance of this certificate of incorporation is that certificate of incorporation, it's like a birth certificate of a company, and as a company came into existence from the date mentioned in the certificate. Like we have our birth certificate, the same way company have their birth certificate, which is known as certificate of incorporation. Company now become a legal person which is distinct from its member. Then company become a body corporate having a perpetual succession from the date of incorporation, and now company can sue, company can file a case and to be sued upon other in their own name. Means company can file a case against any person, or any person can file a complaint against the company. Means that case, it will not be entered against those members, it will be against that company only. Okay. The last point which is remaining, we will be doing it in the next lecture. So till now, read out everything. If you have any doubts, any queries, then let me know. Okay. So take care of yourself, take care of your family. Bye bye.